Good afternoon to everyone. Myself, I am Surya Narayana, working as an assistant professor in DBS Institute of Technologies, Kavali. Today, the presentation on industrial engineering subject. In this, I am going to explain about concept of organization. In this concept of organization, today in this class, I am going to explain the various topics under concept of organization. First of all, what is the concept of organization and what are the definitions included for organizations? Next, principles of organization and design structure for organization. In design structure for organization, we have two classifications are there. One is formal classification, that means formal organization, and second one is the informal organization. And those, what are the differences between formal to informal organizations? We have to see. These are the topics will be covered in this class and today in this session. Next, coming to first of all, concept of organization. First of all, what is the introduction for concept of organization? Organization is a form of organizing which is a part of management process. That means it is indirectly to say organization is nothing but it is a management process. Organization, as name it implies, organization is like organizing the things, and indirectly it is a management process. In this, organization defined as a collectivity of people for achieving common objectives. Common objectives are nothing but goals and our requirements, our expectations. These are the common objectives in that organization. Next, for example, for understanding the organization procedure or organization phenomena, for that I am taking our institution taken as one organization, then it provides the academic excellence to students. Okay, for example, our institution as a organization, then it implies and provides the academic excellence to students. That is one type of example for organization. And coming to business organization like software companies and IT companies, next hardware companies, these are also the organization examples, and those companies are also providing the jobs to employees. Okay, those are the best examples for organization. Next, coming to organization means the determination and assignment of duties to people. That means, for example, in an IT company, then the duties, assignment of duties to people, that means in that the main authority will give the targets, will give the assignments in terms of targets to team manager or teammates. Then the team manager gives the assignments to employees who are working under team manager or teammates. That is the process of assigning the duties to people and also establishing the maintenance of authority relationship. That means authority relationship is nothing but maintaining the coordination between teammate or team manager to the employees who are working under that organization. That is the concept of organization. In that, the various efforts are coordinated and related to each other. That means the common objectives, those are achieved by doing the teamwork. Okay, that is the concept of organization. Next, coming to definitions for organization or definitions of organization. Different authors have defined organization in different ways. The main definitions of organization are as follows. According to I. Barnard, according to Chester I. Barnard, he says that organization is a system of cooperative activities of two or more persons. He says that it is a system of cooperative activities. That means it is the communication or coordination between two or more persons who are working under one type of organization to achieve the individual goals or organization business goals. That is the definition according to Chester I. Barnard. Next, according to William Scott, organizations are collectivities of people that have been established for the pursuit of relatively specific objectives on a more or less continuous basis. That means organizing or organization maintain the coordination and communication between the people for a continuous basis or less basis because of we have to maintain or we have to reach our goals or expectations by maintaining the teamwork or group work based on the continuous process and less process in order to achieve our goals in the given period of time. It is the definition given by William Scott. According to Mooney and Rayleigh, organization is the form of every human association for the attainment of common purpose. Here, the common purpose is the our objectives or our goals, our expectations. These are the common purpose. Okay, we are all under working area. Okay, we are all under working under some organizations. Then what is the purpose, common purpose in order to achieve the goals? Those are given by the top authority and we have to complete those works in order in the given period of time. It is the common purpose and the definition given by Mooney and Rayleigh. Okay, according to Chester and William Scott and Mooney, those are the economists and given the different types of and various types of definitions for organization, and all the definitions says the organization is maintaining the interrelationship or coordination between two or more persons in order to achieve our goals. These are the definitions for organization. Next, coming to process of organization. Process of organization in that we have some types of classifications are there or stages. I have to taken as stages. The first stage is determination of objectives, strategies, plans, and policies. Okay, the objectives, strategies, plans, and policies, these are all working on these are the entire organization is built around the objectives of enterprise. Okay, these are all prepared. The objectives means the common objectives are our requirements, goals, achievements, etc. The strategies, we are preparing the strategies in order to reach our goals. Okay, pure strategies and mixed strategies. These are the strategies. We are preparing these strategies in organizations to achieve our goals very fastly. Strategies, plans, and policies. These are the various the entire organization is built under the objectives of enterprises. Okay, these are all prepared in an enterprise to achieve our objectives. Next, coming to determination of all activities. Activities are nothing but those are nothing but doing works, determining the activities needed to execute these plans and policies and accomplish the objectives. Okay, listen, in this, the objectives in an organization, the objectives are directly related to goals and targets. Okay, in order to reach our goals, we have to execute our plans and strategies and policies in that organization. The workload, that means the total target or load is broken into number of components or activities and given to the employees. Okay, in that the determination of activities and separation and grouping of activities, these two stages or these two terms are similar between two others. In this also we are splitting the employees, and the third stage is also says that the separation of and grouping of activities to attain the benefits of specialization and the division of labor. That means splitting of labor or splitting of employees who are working under our company. Every company will segregate or separate its activities on the basis of primary function. That means in company, okay, in a company, we are dividing and segregating the parts, like one is under finance and second one is for engineering and third one is purchasing and production, sales and industrial relations. Okay, for the initial process and coming to up to industrial relations, that means up to sales, we have to maintaining these segregations for reaching our expectations and maintaining our goals. All the similar or directly related activities are grouped together in the form of departments. Okay, these are all the departments constructed in a organization. Next, delegation of authorities and delegation of responsibilities and maintaining interrelationships, physical facilities and proper environment. First of all, what is authority? Authority means directly say as it is a top level management necessary for the performance of the job, and therefore authority is delegated to the subordinates. Okay, teammate or team manager is a one type of authority. Okay, his vision is directly to the employees. Subordinates for enabling them to carry out their work smoothly. Any problem occurs in this authority, that means in this employees, and then authority will solve all the problems under his vision. Next, coming to delegation of responsibility. Responsibility means rights. Responsibility may be described as the obligation, and accountability. Accountability is nothing but answering. Obligations are for the problems and accountabilities are answers for the performance of delegated duties. A superior is always accountable for the acts of his subordinate. That means, for example, I am the subordinate for, okay, I am the subordinate for my superior. Then I'm always gives the accountability to my superior. Accountability means gives the answer for his questions. Therefore, responsibility always flows from subordinates to superiors. Okay, it is a one type of coordination between authority to employers or superiors. Next, establishing interrelationship. Relationship is like maintaining the coordination. The grouped activities are placed in the overall organization structure at appropriate level. It is necessary to integrate or the groups of activities through authority relationship horizontally, vertically, and diagonally organizing information and communication. Okay, the first I was told you establishing interrelationship. Interrelationship is nothing but maintaining the communication system in an organization. The help of effective coordination and communication we get and we achieve best results in an organization. Next, physical facilities and proper environment. Physical facilities like providing the authority or the main authority of company or an organization who provides the machinery and equipments infrastructure for maintaining the business organizations, and physical facilities are like machinery, tools, equipments. Coming to environment, like provide better lighting and better ventilation for atmosphere ventilations and heating, cooling arrangement at the workplace. Reasonable hours of work, safety devices, and job security. In that environment, like proper lighting and fixing the lighting problems and providing lighting to individual or inside of the business organizations and companies. Next, ventilation. Ventilation providing the windows for lighting, heating and cooling. That means the company which provides geysers and next cooling, ACs and refrigerators arrangement at the workplace for the employees, and reasonable hours of work that is related to in any company, that means that is related to hardware or software. Reasonable hours of work is very important for every employee who worked under particular organization. Reasonable hours like 1 day shift, that is 12 hours work and 8 hours work. Day shift and night shift, that is the reasonable hours of work, and safety devices given GPS system to women who are working under our companies. And next, job security. Okay, these are the principles or process of organizations. Next, design of organization structure. The main objective of organization structure is to ensure that the efforts of all the people working in various sections. In that, the design can be classified into two structures. One is formal organization and second one is informal organization structure. Coming to first one, formal. Formal means we already know that formal is nothing but that is directly worked or established based on the certain rules and criteria, regulations. Okay, that formal organization is established based on well-defined pre-planned jobs and each bearing a definite authority. Okay, for establishing a formal organization, one best authority is required. The authority maintains certain rules and criteria and regulations. Next, coming to definition for formal organization, an organization is a formal when the activities of two or more persons consciously coordinated towards common objectives. In formal organization, the common objective is reaching the goals or reaching our targets in a formal organization by following the rules and regulations which are provided by the organization or by authority directly. And coming to next, what are the characteristics of formal organization? Formal organization structure is designed by the top management to fulfill requirements. It is maintained by the top management system, that is CEO or next manager. Next, coordination among members and their control are well specified through process and procedure rules. Okay. Next, in this, the coordination or communication among members in a specified manner. That means following the rules. Next, organization concentrates more on the performance of jobs and not on the individual performing jobs. That means in organization which concentrates more on the grouping performance, not an individual performance of jobs. These are the characteristics under formal organization structure. Next, what is the informal organization? Formal organization established by communicating between two authorities or two more persons. But coming to informal organization, that is established or arises spontaneously. That means at an instance, we are establishing one company or organization based on our friendship or some common interest or social interaction. In this, compared to formal and informal, formal having certain rules and regulation and procedures, but in informal organization, these are not based on rules and regulations and procedures. It's developed by the employees themselves and not by the formal authority. In that informal organization, there is no formal authorities are there. That is extra informal organization is established at a time spontaneously by the persons, like not authorities, based on friendship or some common interest and social interaction between two or more persons. We are establishing the informal organizations. In this, there is no rules and there is no regulations and there is no procedures like formal organization. Coming to definition for informal organization, informal organization brings cohesiveness to a formal organization. It brings the members of formal organization a feeling of belonging to status, of self-respect and gregarious satisfaction. Informal organization, that means it is a business or it is a self-working. Self-satisfaction is obtained who are working under informal organization. There is no rules and there is no top level management and there is no authorities upon our organization. Next, coming to what are the characteristics of informal organization. Informal organization is a natural outcome. There is no authorities and there is no top level managements. And informal organization is created on the basis of some similarity among its members. The basis of similarity may be age, place of origin, caste, religion, like, disliking, etc. These are the similarities among its members who are establishing the informal organizations. Next, finally, what are the comparisons between the formal and informal organization? First of all, in left side, basis of comparison, like focusing on these points, we are explaining the formal and informal organizations. First of all, the based on structure, in formal organization, we are establishing the formal organizations pre-planned and deliberated. But coming to informal formulations, these are established spontaneously. That means at an instance, we are establishing the informal organizations based on our relationships and next social interactions. Next, focusing based on focus point, formal organizations are working for well set goals, but informal formulations are not working for reaching our goals, but means informal formulations are constructed or established based on our social interactions. Coming to nature, it is a well prepared and well structured organization, but informal formulation is unstructured. There is no pre-planned and there is no well structured there is no authority, then it is a unstructured formulation. Next, coming to leadership, in these formal positions, there is one type of authority, and then all employees worked under authorities. But informal formulation, there is no pre-planned and well-structured. It is a one type of unstructured formulation. Then there is no authorities here. Only persons are the rulers. Next, coming to source of power, it is a official purpose. Source of power, it is a official purpose formula organization. It is a unofficial process. That means a person started this type of formulations and these type of organizations. Guidelines. In this, the guidelines are given by the superiors or top level managements. But coming to informal formulation, anyone has the right to given the rules or guidelines to the people. Next, behavior. It is a delegate or professional process of formal type, but it is a group norms. Based on social interactions, we give the guidelines and rules for maintaining the informal organization. Next, source of control. Here, in formal organization, the employees who are working under this type, certain rules and provisions are there. Based on these rules and procedures, the employees are working and acquiring for well set goals and reaching our objectives. In these informal situations or formulations, source of control is sanctioning of amount at a time. In this, the sanctioning of amount released from the authorities next to teammates and then employees. These are the comparisons between formal to informal organization. Okay, next class we'll discuss about Taylor scientific management and Foyle's principle, 14th principle. Okay, thank you students. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to DBS Talks YouTube channel.